In this video, we're going to work on the ALEKS problem called drawing a skeletal structure from a condensed structure. This problem is going to give us a condensed structure and asks us to draw the line structure or the skeletal structure of the molecule. So we're actually going to do this problem in ALEKS because ALEKS can be pretty picky about the way it wants line structures drawn. So we're going to just show you a few examples of that. But before we do that, I'm going to go through the process of converting this into a skeletal or line structure. I do think it's easiest to work on these if I number the carbons. So I'm going to start by drawing a single bond that connects carbon number 1 to carbon number 2. Carbon number 2 has that double bonded oxygen attached to it. Carbon number 2 also connects to carbon number 3 with a single bond, and I'm going to keep going from left to right. 3 is connected to 4 with a single bond. 4 is connected to 5 with a single bond. 5 has a double bonded oxygen. In the drawing, the double bonded oxygen is pointing up, but that's going to be a problem if we try to draw it like that in ALEKS, which we'll talk about when we get to ALEKS. There's carbon number 6. Also on carbon number 3, we've got, I'm going to switch to letters. We've got carbon 3 is attached to another carbon, which I'm calling A, and carbon A is a single bonded to 2 more carbons, which I'll call B and C. And this would be a good enough line drawing for your instructor, but the way that ALEKS's software works, it does not like ugly looking molecules, which is what this is. So first of all, the first thing that ALEKS is not going to like about this molecule is the way that I've drawn the bonds at this particular portion. So ALEKS doesn't like it if you have 3 bonds and you draw them kind of squished up like that. It wants things to be drawn with 120-degree bond angles, all symmetrical and pretty like that. So ALEKS, if you tried to submit this problem all jammed up like this, ALEKS is just going to say wrong. And that's why when I drew it, I said, hey, ALEKS is actually going to want that oxygen to go down in that direction. And we've got the same kind of issue right here with carbon number 3. We've got the bonds all kind of mushed up. ALEKS isn't going to like that. It is going to mark it wrong, which I think is goofy, but it wants it to be drawn symmetrical and pretty like that. So let's go to this problem in ALEKS and let's take a look at it, how we're going to do it. This is the exact same one. So I'm going to draw it the way that I know ALEKS wants it. I'm going to make ALEKS happy, looking like this. I lost track of my carbons for a second. That is hopefully pretty enough for ALEKS. Let's see what else it gives me. Okay, so for my next one, I'm going to start by just drawing the line structure the way that I would do it on paper, just trying to keep things nice and simple, going from the left to the right. I'm starting with an NH2 on the left, and then I'm going to connect that to a carbon. That carbon has got a methyl sticking up and a methyl sticking down, and then it's connected to a CH. That's connected to a CH2, CH3, and then another CH2, CH3. And I know that ALEKS is not going to like the way that looks. It's not pretty. I don't know, it might. One thing that I know for sure that ALEKS is not going to like is this NH2. ALEKS does not like it if you have something like NH2 and the bond, so this bond right here, that bond needs to be going to anything other than a hydrogen or an H2 in this case. So this group right here, I need to use this switching tool right there and switch that NH2 so that this bond is going between the nitrogen and the carbon. That's going to make ALEKS happy. Now, as far as the rest of it, I feel like the bond angles look okay in this molecule. I'm just going to see what ALEKS has to say about it. I feel like, yeah, that's pretty enough. That's pretty enough.